Hello Stampers, it's Faye from Faye's Stampin' Studio. Thank you for stopping by with me to spend some time. I'm glad you're here, and I want to share with you this adorable card that's called a corner flip card. And so I've paired it with the Wildly Adorable stamp set as well as the Whale of a Time designer series paper. So we're going to get right to it, and I'll share with you how I made this cute little card. So it opens this way, and it's really quite easy. Once you've made a couple of them, it comes together quite nicely. So I'm just going to sit this over here, up out of the way, and these are what we need for it. This is your main card base. It's thick basic white, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 inches. And then we need, this is our Whale of a Time designer series paper, and this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is a 2 3/4 inch square piece, and then this piece is 1 by 4 1/4 inches. So that's those pieces. And then I've got a scrap piece of white for the sentiment, and I've also using one of the whales to decorate it, and that comes from these designer series pages, and you just have to punch them with the punch that comes with it. I'll just punch one of them out here, and they're so quick and easy. And there, now I have a purple one. So I've got a few of those punched. I like to punch them out, and then they're ready for when I'm ready to make something. And the other thing that I have is a circle, scalped circle. It's basic gray, and it's a 2.5 inch circle from the layering circle dies, as well as a basic white 2 1/4 inch circle from the layering circle dies as well. And that's just going to go there. And I've also got a piece of basic white, 3 by 4 inches, and die cut with the Stitch So Sweetly dies. So that's going to go on the inside of our card. And then I went ahead and actually punched out a whale just from some Whisper White, because I like to double them up when I'm using them as embellishments. It just gives it a little bit more stability. So that's what I'll be doing with that. Okay, now we'll get started with the cutting and scoring of this card. So it takes a little bit, but it's not hard. I know you guys probably say, I always say it's not hard, and you probably think it is sometimes. So I am just going to pull in my paper trimmer. So, like I said before, this is 5.5 by 8.5, and I will be scoring it at, or no, I'm not. I'm scoring it at 4 1/4 inches. But I am also going to, I'm going to put this in at 3 inches. So this is where the cutting comes in. So I'm going to stand up above it here. So we have to, I have to line it up at the 3 inch mark here. On the long side, as you can see. So we're going to put the cutting blade in at 3 inches, and I am just let me think on this for a sec. I'm cutting this down to 5/8 of an inch, so that's right there. Then we're going to turn it counter or clockwise and line it up. I think it goes at the 2.5 inch mark. Then you come in again at the 3-inch mark and score it up to 5/8 inch again. So then it looks like this. So now we have to, we need our ruler and a scissors, or I should say ruler and a pencil, not scissors. So this is scoring like this. So 5/8 inch from the edge. Just going to make a tiny little tick mark on there. And then from this bottom edge, 1 7/8 is going to be our mark on there. So it's right there. Now I'm going to open it again, get our cutting blade out of the way because I don't want to accidentally cut it. And what we have to do is line up that little tick mark and go down to the cut mark. You're just going to, so I'm trying to find the end of it, and we'll just start it there and go off the edge. That's just going to help it to fold back up on itself. So that's all that's for. And we'll do the same thing here. So I hope my head isn't in the way. I have to kind of be over it. Trying to see on there. So I think that should be right. And again, this is the score blade, and it's just going to score from there back. Okay. Move that out of the way. I think we're done with that. And so this will just score. It goes like that. It just flips over ever so neatly. And then that'll go this way here. Now, if we want to decorate this front piece, we could do that now. And I haven't done it on that one, but maybe for a change, we should do that. And, well, anyway, I'm going to see how this is doing, and I just open this up here, and then, okay, so I think I'm going to just use my Granny Apple Green on here, but I'm going to just put this back here so that I don't stamp on it. So then I can just randomly put some stamped images in here along this edge, coming down. Kind of fill it in. This will just take a little bit of the plainness off of it. And that's going to fold like that. So as you can see, I've gone far enough. Just have to decide whether I want to do any more on here. Because we're going to put this here. It's all a guessing game here. So I think I'll go across here with it. That looks like it's a good idea. So we'll go down just a little bit further with our random stamping across here, and then that'll fill in, and it's going to look cute. It looks like little bubbles in the water. And that's like that. Whoop, got some ink on there. It's a good thing we're covering that up with our... And I think I need to pop in a couple more here, just right in here. I want to make sure that they're going to be below the line of the designer series paper, so hidden in behind there. So I'll go right on across it, I guess. And then there. So what we do to hold this down is we're going to use some tear and tape on here. And so we just have to put that in here. And another piece of tear and tape. If you get it too long, it doesn't matter because you can just fold it back on itself. So I'll pop this up. And this one too. And just fold this right over. Oop, oh darn it. Oh, darn it, that went too fast. Okay, there. For a minute I thought it buckled, but I guess it's okay. And then I've got this piece that I'm just going to put right here. That's just going to go on there. And I don't believe there's a direction on those reeds. Or which way we put them. I think I'll put them up this direction though. I'll use my liquid Tombow on here. And put this down here. And now we're going to put, I'm going to put this on here. Thinking I should go across there as well with my speckles. I kind of like that. We're making our own designer series paper this way, which is kind of a fun thing to do. We could actually mix it up, and if I didn't re-ink it every time, I'd get another different shade of the spots. And I think we're going to put that on here. This is a really good way to use up your scraps. And even if you had pieces that weren't quite this wide, you could put them on and just put the white one in between it instead of on top of it. That works out well to do it that way too. So great way to use up your small pieces. I think I'm going to have to trim this edge off slightly because this bottom piece is just slightly off and I can see it, and I don't like that. I don't like that. And this piece is going to go on the inside. I like the way this looks. I don't think we want that on there. I kind of like the look of the green on here. It's going to show like comes through, and it coordinates with this then and brings that out. So that's how I am going to do it. I'm putting the adhesive on the back of this. Again, with this Tombow glue, you just need a really fine line, and I usually like to zip along quickly. And there isn't an upside down or a right or wrong direction on this paper. It just looks like some seaweed in the designer paper. So that looks like that. And I could have had this cut, I guess. 4.5 inches. I need to do that. 4¼ inches, I should say, not 4.5. And then I'm going to use Little and Loved. But I want to make spots on this piece too, so I need to find a piece of scrap paper. I didn't put a mat on my table tonight. I find it easier to see on this black board than it is to see on the... I think I'll stamp off on these ones here because... Nah, no, I'm not going to. I'm going to stamp the sentiment with black. So then it should show through here. It's kind of a slower process when you start inking up every time, but we have nothing but time on our hands, right? All kinds of time to enjoy this stamping. Well, I was thinking I would use basic gray, actually, not the black. The basic gray is going to coordinate with this. So I'm going to do a little and loved, and I think I will... I'm going to go over to one side, I think, and then I'll put some... And then I'm going to put some... I didn't get that quite centered, so I'm going to pop out my tiny little cutter and try and skinny this down so that it looks more centered. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Hold it down firm. There. I think I like that. And this is going to go on here. And again, we just need a little squiggle down the middle and we'll pick it up. I'm going to put that on here. And, okay, what else do we want to do? We've got this and this left to do. Put that here, I guess. Do you think I should... So, do you think I should stamp on here too, you guys? I'm wondering. I think I might. I'm going to use... I'm going to clean my stamp, and I think I'll use some of the... Actually, I'm going to use a different stamp. I'm going to use the one that kind of looks like a bit of seaweed on here. And I'm going to stamp it on the bottom of this circle. Just to... I gotta decide which direction it goes here. I'm just going to do it in green. I gotta stamp it off here because I got it. Okay, that's the right direction. I wasn't sure which way the stamp was going here. And I want to put the whale, he's going to be swimming just above it. That'll work for me. So now we have to adhere the two whales together. Again, I like to do this just to give it a little bit more firmness because the designer paper is not nearly as heavy as our cardstock is. And that just gives it a little bit more. And it can be put up on dimensionals that way and they won't get broken. So we'll put a couple of good sized ones on there. And maybe I'll even pull in one of the mini dimensionals for his tail. Just give it extra. Take these off. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there for a second till I think I'm going to just adhere that directly right onto this piece of cardstock. I think that looks like the better side for that from where it was cut. Pop this on here and put my little whale right in here. I like them part right off of there, and we're going to put him here. But I believe I want to put him up on some dimensionals too. So he's going to be double popped up there. And we'll just use 2 or 3 of these ones and it'll be good. Get my pick here. My fingers are all getting a little bit tacky, so. And I just should decide whereabouts I want to put this. I think right just kind of over it, overlapping a little bit. And what kind of jewels here? I think these 21, 23 in color jewels would be kind of nice on there. I'm going to use this green, they're hard to see, on here. And I'm going to just put, I think I'll put 3 of them along here. And one more right here. Just like that. I think that works. That is super cute. I think that would be kind of a cute baby card. I'm kind of short on baby cards these days, so. And the last thing to do is to adhere this scalped rectangle into the inside. So you have a little bit of a spot to write on, but not too big, just, and you want to make sure you get it down. You don't want it to show over here. So that's why the smaller rectangle, I want it to be hidden on in here. So there, that's what that one looks like. And here's the other version. So I don't know if you have a favorite. I'm thinking I need to stamp right in here, but maybe not, because then I'd have to stamp that too, and I don't want to do that. So I think I'm leaving it. And I hope you've enjoyed this short little video this evening. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel, then you won't miss out on any of my teaching videos. And comment, and I would love to get back to you. And if you haven't got a demonstrator, please, I'd love to help you out there. I would be so grateful for your support, and I will talk to you again sometime soon. Thank you. Good night, everyone.